fellow congregation members of the church.
It's another beautiful day to be a raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield, I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you come back. Why? Because it's time.
In the Commish, coming to you live from Hardcore Town's Live Studios. And in case you don't know where that's at, it's a little place just down the street, just past the house with the boarded up windows. Don't forget to stop and ask Joe. He's always on the corner. Man may be under the bush, but he's always in the vicinity. Make sure you hook him up for pointing you in the right direction. Now, as you pass that house with the boarded up windows, you'll look immediately to your right and you see an alley. It's very, very dark at the end of there because, you know, we got no public utilities down here. It's deep, it's dark, it's where not even the rodents go. It's a little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it will be every Thursday, as we are now getting in full season mode, it's time for the Raider Nation Ricochet with my co-host, none other than the one, the only.
Yeah! Look who made it over here. Right in time, too. I mean, I tell you, I couldn't have planned that any better.
That was impeccable timing.
It was.
I was starting to get worried about you.
Well, as you know, Commish, I will be here
He always
unless, God forbid, that there is either an accident or they have that effing road construction.
They do have some intermittent road construction in between here.
But
So,
I'm here. I'm here. Am I on camera? There we go. I'm on camera.
Here,
Okay.
let me drop the hydraulics so you don't look so short.
So I look like a shorty. And a shorty is
Three-wheel
good.
motion.
A shorty is good, not the shorties that maybe a lot of other people talk. I'm talking about a Latina shorty, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the stuff you smoke. I'm talking about the stuff that you smoke. Okay.
So,
Shall we say?
pretty much the first half of every show this week has been driven by one topic and one topic only.
Oh my god.
And I'm pretty sure tonight's beginning of the show will be driven by it as well, because now
Let me guess.
the jackasses, the rumor mill, clickbait sites, everybody's running with it now, because
If you can.
Mac is.
I don't even know if you can.
I can't.
You can't. Screw this. I can't even charge my phone.
You can, right down there.
Okay, I was bitching for no reason. Stand by. Hang on.
But now you've got everybody. Listen, man, we're 8 days into the official holdout of Khalil Mack. 8 days. Okay? 8 days. That is nothing in the length of a holdout. But now that it's, it's training camp, you need a big story. It's the biggest story. It's one of the biggest players on the roster. He's, previous defensive player of the year. It's
non-issue.
yesterday the trades rumors start popping up because some old retired general manager from the Redskins wanted to pop off at the mouth. And so that all started.
Beathard?
No, Vince Carrero?
Oh, yeah, Vince
Or
Caruto.
Corrado,
Vinny Corrado. Yeah.
Vinny. Regardless,
Yo,
we will
Vinny.
regard to him as Vinny the schmuck from Washington. Because
Vinny.
So basically it all spawned off of that, but that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Is because these clickbait type sites, they take one little nugget like that and they're like, let's build that fire off of that one little spark, and they'll run with it. So now it's all, here's the teams that Mac can get traded to. Here's what we can get for Mac.
They're going to trade Mac. Did you hear? Did you hear that the
my
Niners are going to
God.
get him? They're just waiting for
Now
the
it's like,
Raiders to
I've
trade him?
heard two firsts and 2 seconds, and we're gonna get these two. Like, come on, seriously?
Well, okay, let's stop there for a second. Okay? Let's stop there for a second. If we were to get 2 firsts and 2 seconds, and I'm going to predicate this with, you guys already know I love Khalil Mack. Okay? I love Khalil Mack. But if we were to get 2 firsts and 2 seconds for a possibly very disgruntled defensive end, I'd take it.
But Khalil Mack?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want it, but the operative word is if we can get 2 firsts and 2 seconds, and Khalil does not want to be here, because why would you want to have a player that's on your team that doesn't want to be here if they didn't buy into
I don't understand why he wouldn't want to be here, though.
Well, I'm just saying.
That's the part that I don't get.
This is stuff that I'm just.
That's the wild card that we don't know. That we don't know.
We don't know. But if you have a player that's on your team that really doesn't want to be there, is he really going to perform?
I agree, and I agree with you on that. But that's the wild card that we don't know.
Right.
We don't. None of us are inside Khalil Mack's head. We don't know the conversations he's had with his agent. Although I'm a firm believer that the conversations he had with his agent in the offseason regarded him being the number one overall paid defensive player, as well as hopefully being a Raider. Right. But regardless, yes, to be a Raider and be the highest paid defensive player in the league. I do believe that was their number one goal, and I believe they're trying to take that to fruition, and that's what they're doing right now.
It's unfortunate that, I grant, and I loved the fact I missed you, by the way.
Oh, it's been a while.
Okay, but you weren't here when I was talking my arse off, okay, to people saying that, yes, I want Khalil to be here, and God, I had a point. Wait a second, let me rephrase. If he wants to be, okay. The agents is stirring this stuff, okay? That was my main point. I had a baby, and it went out the window when I hugged you, and I'll have to remember what the hell it was. But, how everybody was saying this and saying that, and it's all about Khalil, and the thing is that Khalil wants to be the highest paid player, defensive player. He wants to break what Von Miller was getting. But here's the thing. Now I remember what it was, okay? If the reports are true that he wants $25 million per, and or he wants an 8-year contract, and or he wants everything guaranteed. That was my point. I knew I had a point. If the reports are true that he wants a fully guaranteed contract...
Bob, I did not see your comment, so put it back up there. I missed it. I see you asked me 3 times if I seen it, but I didn't see the comment.
Okay. If he wants a fully guaranteed contract, then I'd trade Khalil Mack now. Because there is nothing that other than stupidity, and the Vikings were stupid by giving Kirk Cousins a fully guaranteed contract.
That's retarded. It's Kirk Cousins.
You don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
And Khalil is a player that plays with full abandon.
That's why the Vikings sit here.
Yeah.
Because they do shit like that. They give Kirk Cousins guaranteed contracts. And if you want Reggie McKenzie to do that, I don't want Reggie McKenzie to do that either.
And the other thing was that they said that he wanted a fully guaranteed contract or he wanted an 8-year contract. No.
Guaranteed money means that you got to put the money in an escrow account and it just sits there and that player's going to get paid no matter what the hell happens.
Right.
He gets his money. Khalil Mack goes out there, blows his shit up in the first week of his new contract.
And you're paying him for how many years that you got? No.
He's the new Bo Jackson. He's never himself again, and we're on the hook for. You just don't do that. That's just not a smart move.
Right.
Now, Mack's agent is the same agent who was.
No, it is not. If you're saying that Mack has the same agent as Aaron Donald?
No, not the same agent as Aaron Donald. He has the same agent as Tremaine Johnson.
Yes, and that guy
who was tagged twice.
Yeah.
Who he wrote out exactly what they were doing with Khalil Mack, and he's seen how it worked out because Tremaine Johnson got fat freaking paid by the New York Jets.
Yeah.
This exact scenario that they are working right now is exactly what he already did for his client previously.
Right. It's his MO. That's modus operandi, in case you guys want to know the true Latin of that. It just makes me sound smarter. But if the agent is doing that, he is known to be causing, I'm going to have to say it, I'm going to have to swear, he's going to be known to be causing a shitstorm with the people that are there. Okay? Remember, though, and it's important to remember that he was doing this to the Rams. And that was when Johnson split on that contract because they franchised him twice. They had him sit out. He was not happy, and he got that good contract. The Rams are getting it this year again from Aaron Donald. And people were asking me in the last. Did you see my last hour? Somebody was asking when do we think it was going to be in camp. By the way, did it pop on your show?
I have no idea.
We'll find out. Anyway. People were asking me when I was busy too. When is the time that okay? When do we look to see when Khalil comes into camp? The date that's most important is 7 August because that's when Aaron Donald's supposed to be in camp for the Rams and he starts getting deducted all of that pay. We should be docking Khalil every day that he's out too.
Well, see,
I believe he is. I'm not sure, but that remains.
He is getting nailed, but it's not enough to really hurt him financially yet. But here's when it does. Week 1, Khalil Mack is under contract. He has a contract. Khalil Mack stands to lose $13.8 million if he does not play in Week 1 and holds out under his current contract for the Oakland Raiders.
Wow.
So that. I'm telling you.
He loses the whole thing?
The way his contract is set up, he only got 2.2, basically 2.2 over the first several years of his contract.
Okay.
And his big payday is at the end. He did get guaranteed at the beginning, but he's only basically made about $2.2 million over his first years of his contract. And he stands to lose a lot of money by not being there and showing up for Week 1. So there's going to be, the standoff is going to happen at some point. It's going to get a little more tense as it goes on. But at some point, somebody's got to blink. Somebody's got to make a move.
Remember, the Raiders have all of the cards.
Yes, he had a big
hand.
signing bonus.
Yeah.
That he had the big guaranteed signing bonus, and then he didn't get a lot. And That's the gamble, though. When
Yeah.
you're an agent, that's the gamble. That's what you hope for. That the client that you got to sign to you ends up being the guy that goes to the end of his 5th-year deal. He's a first-round pick, defensive player of the year, and you're just sitting there like,
money.
you about to pay my ass.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got you right where I want you, and he's gonna play the damn game, man.
Yeah, he's going to play the game, but the Raiders have all the cards because, again, Khalil Mack is under contract for this year, and even if we don't sign him long-term, and I've said this again and again and again, and that's why I'm kind of sick of saying it, Khalil Mack will stand to lose his regular contract this year, which is $13.8, I believe. Okay, or maybe it was 15.
Well, I think that's what he stands to lose
right.
if he doesn't show up
If he
week
doesn't
one. I
show
think he
up,
actually gets more for the season.
But the point is that I think he had I think it was like he's getting 14 overall this year. I believe that's about the number. Okay, which makes sense with 13.8. But what he'll also lose is if he was to say hold out until week 10, he doesn't get a year of eligibility, so the same thing will happen again next year. He's going to lose if he was to hold out for the 10 weeks. He doesn't get the year of accrual. So again, the Raiders will have him next year under contract with the same terms. He still would be a Raiders property without even having to franchise tag him. So again, he will show up sometime before week 10. I think he might pull an Emmett. And if he's not if he has to be there week 1, he's going to be in there week 1. But he's just not going to be the same person. He has not had minute 1 playing with his cohorts on the defense and adjusting to Paul Gunther's system.
Yeah, a whole new scheme, whole new system, new coaches, top to bottom, new defensive coordinator, new players, shuffled in new positions, new guys that he's never even played with. You got rookies, you got guys that are brought in. Yeah. I mean, the defense is a total redo from completely revamped.
Real defense.
It's and I hate to say it, I mean, the defense, I think, could survive if we had to go without Khalil Mack.
Because,
I mean, I hate to even say that, but
no, I agree because
I think they built it because they knew that it's a possibility.
Right. And the other thing is that, remember, Khalil Mack has played under, these have been his defensive coordinators. Jason Tarver, okay, and what's his nose, Ken Norton Jr.
Yeah.
And that's not a defense, okay? And if you're going to say when Ken Norton Jr. got fired, the only quote-unquote real defensive coordinator he had, because Tarver was okay, but I think very smart gentleman, but I don't think he was able to implement what he really wanted on his defensive system. By the way, he's a friend of mine on LinkedIn, which was pretty cool.
Who's that?
Jason Tarver.
Oh, sure.
But Ken Norton Jr. had his head up his ass and has no clue how to be a defensive coordinator. I think it's amazing he even got his job back in Seattle. John Pagano, actually had that defense playing well at the very end of last year.
They were a top 5 defense at one point towards the end of the season.
Towards the end of the year, with the amount of games that he had, when you looked at the Raiders,
just what he did for it when he had the reins, man.
Yeah,
Sean Smith was playing well. He had the corners playing well. He really made a big difference. It's amazing what you do when you're not coaching with your head up your ass.
Right, but now, like I said, Paul Gunther is a fantastic coordinator. It's a godsend that we got him from the Bengals because. You know, it's funny, both Grudens wanted Gunther. Both John and his brother in D.C. wanted Paul Gunther. And there was inroads made from Jay Gruden to get Paul Gunther over to D.C., but who got him? John got him. So that's only going to be better for the Raiders, and we got a
the better Gruden got him.
Yeah.
I mean, the other guy, he really done nothing.
Yeah.
He was all right in arena football.
Yeah, he was a hell of a coach for the Orlando Predators.
Yeah.
And their quarterback, by the way, too.
Yeah, he was the quarterback.
I think Jay's probably a better
the war on I-4.
Yeah, the better quarterback than John, though. So anyway.
Which means nothing except to anybody.
Except to us, yeah. I actually like
okay, hold on, Bob. Let's do Bob's. But if I was under contract for a job that you expected to do, you feel you can renegotiate before the job is completed, you feel that is a fair assessment for your employer. Now, okay, I'll field that comment, Bob. Okay. I'll field that. because that's a fair question, and everybody likes to bring that up when they talk about NFL players or professional athletes in any league. That they try to hold them to the same the same standards and equal things that happen to you in your workplace or your career. Well, Bob, wherever you work, I'm pretty sure if you walked up to your coworker in the middle of the day and punched him in the mouth, you're getting fired. You're probably getting arrested. You're probably calling your loved ones with your one phone call and telling them to come bail my ass out. Now, if you're a professional athlete in the middle of your job, you can walk up and punch one of your other coworkers right in the mouth. You're probably going to do nothing but get a fine, maybe suspended a game, and you'll be playing and continue to get your big-ass paycheck because they live in a completely different goddamn world than the average Joe. You cannot compare. That's comparing apples and rocks. It ain't even like apples and oranges. That comparing them and the way they deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to understand. These guys are multi-millionaires getting coached by guys that are making, millions, way less than them, by billionaire owners that are just sitting on big fat piles of money. It's such a weird demographic with what these guys deal with that it is nowhere in the realm of if any of us can even deal with on a daily basis.
It's the unreal world versus the real world. We live in the real world. We have real jobs.
Yeah, these guys. When you've got a league that makes so much damn money, billions. We're talking billions.
With a B, guys.
And you take the percentage of what the league makes compared to what they're paying out to their employees.
Yeah.
These guys should make way more money. And that blows everybody's mind. How could they make more money? Well, look how much the owners are making off of them. Why should the employers make hundreds and 100% of markup off the profit, and the employees aren't making it when they're the ones that are actually out there putting their bodies, their livelihoods in jeopardy every week? So that you think about it, it's you just can't compare it to your regular 9 to 5 or career.
And
it's just not the same.
And the other thing is that playing in the NFL, the average career, I believe, when you take the whole league-wide standards, is 3 years.
It is. 3 years. The average NFL career is like 3 point something.
Right. So they have to make their money in 3 years. They have to make their money in 3 years, because if they don't, the way that the system is nowadays, you get nothing. That is why you have a bunch of the athletes of old, the guys that I have on my show, that do the show actually for the love of the game. It's wonderful listening to like Mike Davis and Henry Lawrence and even Jack Squirek, which was actually on the tail end and got a little bit more. But these guys have nothing in comparison to the people of today. At least today's NFL players got a good, decent wage and living that they can, put some money away and they can be
they didn't used
set.
to get that.
They never got that. So again, the athletes of today still, if they only have a career for 3 years, they have to make their bones in 3 years. And that's why if you get to that second contract, which is what Khalil is looking for, there's stupid money and really stupid money, but there's amount of money where when Derek Carr signed his contract and everybody said it was so phenomenally just, oh my God, horse shit, you got to remember that he actually took a hometown discount so that the Raiders would have the money in order to sign Khalil Mack, in order to sign Amari Cooper, because he knew that those guys are the core. Okay, those are the core of the Raiders, and he took a little bit less. And it's amazing how, then Stafford got paid, and then Garoppolo got, I mean, my God, Stafford I can see, but Garoppolo getting paid?
Look at what Garoppolo did. He come on a team that just needed a little bit of a spark because they're on a gigantic losing streak, and he just gave them a little bit of confidence. They won a few games.
Yeah.
Big goddamn deal. At garbage time at the end of the season when their season was done.
Yeah, and look what the Carr's contract is in comparison to theirs. It's my God, it's a bonus for us how his and remember, there are other people like Rogers that still has his contract coming up. When these people get starting to get paid, you'll see that it's a bargain what we got Carr for. But still, he made sure he got enough less where we can sign Khalil Mack. And we know the number that we have to have for Khalil Mack. And I'm telling you that $25 million a year is a bit much for Khalil Mack. And again, I love Khalil Mack. He's the only guy I have multiple Raider jerseys. That's probably the kiss of death, which is why, if we don't play our cards right, he's not going to be a Raider, because God forbid, anytime I have a Raider jersey for a current player, the guy doesn't last, okay? But Khalil Mack will, and hopefully be in there soon. Look for what happens with Donald on the 7th, and if he's still out, then we really got an issue, because remember, we play on the 10th. We play on the 10th. I
don't expect to even.
No, he's not going to be
the earliest game I would see Mac maybe playing is his game 3.
Yeah,
they'll try to get him in that game and get him.
That's the most important game.
It is the most important game that he's going to show up for that one. He's going to show up in shape. Khalil Mack's in better shape right now than most of the guys in the league anyway. I mean, the guy's a phenom. He's practicing right now in the Buffalo area.
Yeah.
He's
He's
ready to go. He's just not with his team, which is where he needs to be, because we need him knowing the scheme. We need him interworking with his teammates.
He needs to take the mental reps. He needs to take the mental reps of being. He needs to know where everybody's going to be, where he needs to be, and when he goes here, who moves with him. What is Urban going to be doing? What is the middle linebacker going to be? What are the corners and safeties behind him going to be doing? He does not have that right now. Okay, he doesn't, and it will be very self-evident to all of the people out there to see how he plays. Yeah, if he's not just has to show his physical skills, we'll be good to go. But the minute that he's out of position and he blows a play, everybody's going to be up in arms, because he doesn't have the mental reps.
He needs to get in camp, man.
Yeah.
He just needs to get with his team in general.
Yeah.
And it needs to happen, and I hope both sides, make that happen sooner rather than later. Now, Captain, there were some rule changes that came out.
Yeah, I saw it tonight. I saw it tonight when in the very first quarter. The personal foul for leading with the head that was called against it was the Ravens, but they're a dirty team anyway. I kind of expected that. But yeah, you saw it now. It's going to be a pain in the ass rule, and everybody's bitching about it.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Because if you read the rules exactly how they're worded, it's if you're supposed to basically avoid contact if you have another option. That's rule 3. Rule 2 is about not going at somebody unobstructed. And the other one's not lowering your head. How the hell do you try to get an extra yard? How do you go for a first down? How do you without breaking any of these damn rules?
Yeah.
It's insanity. I'm telling you, if Marshawn Lynch broke to the outside and went to cut it up middle cut it up off tackle, and the hole was wide open, and it's him and the fucking linebacker,
guess what?
He'd break all 3 goddamn rules, just to quite possibly puts that guy on his ass and goes for a touchdown, and breaks all 3 rules. He would go at an unobstructed player.
Yeah.
He had option to not go right at him. He could go around him. He could try to juke him.
Marshawn's not.
He could stiff arm him.
No.
But no, he decides to lower his head and hit him with his shoulder and try to run over him and truck him. The truck button in Madden. You're telling me I got to remove that button from my controller now? I can't even use it no more.
I don't play, so
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. But you guaranteed, Marshawn Lynch is going to get a penalty at the most inopportune time during X amount of games this year. Why? Because he's wearing the silver and black.
They're going to try to make a point.
Marshawn Lynch, and they're going. It's kind of like what Joe Pesci said in Lethal Weapon 2. You in the drive-thru, and they're going to the Raiders because of the rule.
Yes.
In case you missed it, I said they fuck you in the drive-thru, and they're going to fuck the Raiders.
Marshawn Lynch is the prototypical type running back that they're trying to basically tailor this rule for.
Yeah.
They don't want to see that type of violent running in their game. They want to see finesse backs that are going to put speed, that are going to bounce off, and they don't want to see big hits. They don't want to see guys hitting each other. That's not what they want. They're going to take the damn kick, try and take the kickoff out. They're trying to do all sorts of stupid shit, and this is just another one. I mean, these guys are supposed to be modern day gladiators. They gotta be able to hit each other to go for a first down.
These guys need to go back and look at film, okay? Jim Brown, Earl Campbell, Herschel Walker, okay? Even Robert Newhouse, these big bastards that would just run over John Riggins, okay? These are Hall of Famers, okay? And yeah, I'm old, okay? I know these guys.
Tackle without not running into somebody.
They run over people, and it's just not going to be the same, okay? They're not all going to be like Juice. They're not all going to be like Walter Payton. They're not all going to be like Barry Sanders, okay? The shifty legs, okay? The running backs that are great ran the fuck over people, and they're going to take that out of the game. I said fuck a lot tonight.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. Anyway.
You'll do that when you talk about stupid things like this.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and don't get me started on my contractor either. I'll be saying that all night.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So, I don't even know what to think about those rules. I don't even see how they're enforceable. I understand what they're trying to do on paper, but I don't get it. So,
well, everything looks good on paper, but it's the reality of seeing it, and that's why the preseason this year is very important, because they're going to have to play with the rules, and people are going to have to get used to it in live action, and that's what the play action, or the play in action, not the play action like
Melissa, we see your comment up there watching us on YouTube. We appreciate you watching, and we will hit Ariel up and tell him he's been requested. We've been telling him he needs to get his butt out there too. But Ariel is an elite chef at a new restaurant that's just opened in the Vegas area.
It's packing them in.
And he has been working hard on the new restaurant. But he is planning to get out there and get us some new updates from the Vegas site. They will be coming soon.
And when I get out to Vegas, I will definitely be off my diet then, and I'm going to eat as much stuff over at Ariel's restaurant that I can consume, and I'm going to be very happy about it.
I
fantastic.
By the way, as well,
if you go to Ariel's page, check out the pictures of his restaurant. Go to Ariel's restaurant. It's a fantabulous place. The sights, the view, the food. My God, you will just die with ecstasy. I know I'm an eater, so I'm just going to go out there and so go to Ariel's restaurant. It'll be fantastic.
Heck yes, absolutely. So I want to talk running backs for a moment, Captain, because I got to talk to running backs earlier in the week because Jalen Richard had went out with, what was it, a calf strain.
Yeah.
Calf strain. He went out with the calf strain, and the initial reports was that he was going to be out for a couple weeks, and you started to see, because anytime anything happens this time of the year, like we said earlier, all the clickbait starts, all the crazy articles, Richard's definitely done in Oakland. They're going to cut him now that he's injured. He was already on the bubble, blah, 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 blah. Well, he was back in practice. He was back today.
He is on the bubble.
He's on the bubble, and we've talked about it numerous times.
Man, it's like that was a proverbial thing going into summer. It's the battle between D-Wash.
Yeah, he was going to be D-Wash and Richard. We were both on the same
page
with D-Wash, and I kind of thought when I saw that he was down that, hey, that's probably it for Richard.
Yeah.
Hey, he's the lame guy. He's out. But he's back in practice.
Yeah.
He's back in practice today. They went out and picked up who was it? James Butler.
Yeah.
From the undrafted
from Utah, right?
Iowa.
Iowa, Utah, same thing.
It's not the same thing. Potatoes and corn. Well, actually, Idaho's potatoes. Utah's just multiple wives, right?
Yeah.
So
that's one thing.
Multiple wives and corn.
Yeah, or lying.
Who the hell wants more than one wife?
Oh, I don't.
That's like wanting more than one power bill. Who the fuck wants more than one of those?
Multiple girlfriends is awesome. Multiple wives is bad juju.
Good Lord.
Ugh, don't want to do that.
Who the hell wants that?
No, not me.
My God.
No, not me. Anyway, Well, we'll go get our manhood back in check as well. You know, don't want to piss off the ladies out there.
Well, there's only one lady who's gonna get pissed off at that comment.
Well, she's over there.
She better not be listening. All right.
She's not.
She's probably not. She probably fell asleep.
There you go.
All right. She got beast mode. Looked at the number 1. Do you think Doug Martin is he coming? Is he stealing the number 2? Because it seems to be the buzz. It was the buzz all through OTAs.
He looked like a damn rookie, rejuvenated in the what I call the underwear practices, because you're running around in your underwear with no pads on. He looked good, but it's all the thing that mentally he had everything going for him, and he loves running behind this line. I think that he really has found the proverbial fountain of youth, being out in Oakland with this line. Doug Martin and I was leery of having that back. I thought maybe it was just
I was questioning the hell out of the Doug Martin pickup.
I think they're going to make a very good one.
It may work out. Doug Martin, you never know how a guy's going to respond when he knows it is the end of his career. This is his last freaking stop. You've backed him in a corner, and if he doesn't produce, it's over.
Doug Martin.
He knows this is the end of his road.
It's just like Lynch was playing at home. So is Doug Martin. Doug Martin's from the Bay Area as well. So he came back home. It's a good spot for him, and he's going to enjoy it. You back the thing. In fact, I can almost guarantee that I know Lynch was only signed for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Lynch is only signed for 2 years. Whether Lynch goes to 19 remains to be seen. Honestly, I don't think he goes.
I don't either.
That's why
I honestly don't either.
I think that Doug Martin is going to be the bridge of the backs, just not only this year and next year.
If we got deep into the playoffs and got close, I think maybe you could talk Marshawn into 1 year if the whole nucleus is coming back.
We'll see.
That's a long damn way down the road.
Yeah, but remember now, that's a lot of tread gone on that tire. If we go deep into playoffs, and Marshawn was like 32, I think.
Yeah,
so he's up there.
He's getting there, man. When you start to get over 30 as a running back, I mean, that's why all the talk is about Le'Veon Bell, because he's about to be 30, and what the Steelers are about to do to him, which is run the damn tires off of him and then dump him on the side of the road.
Right, and everybody's saying that Le'Veon Bell is going to be our running back next year.
I don't want Le'Veon Bell.
I don't either.
I don't want his attitude.
Nope.
The playoff game last season, Jaguars Steelers. Le'Veon Bell comes into the pregame meeting with the game planning like 5 minutes before they get ready to walk out onto the field to get ready. He didn't give a shit. He's a total me player. I don't want Le'Veon Bell. He's a talented guy, but I
don't want him.
Don't need a guy in our locker room.
I want Chris Warren to make the team. Okay?
Chris Warren the third.
The third, like Thurston Howell the third.
You have to say it like that if you're the third.
Okay, that's the guy I want on the team because a chip off the old block. His dad was an awesome running back.
Is he back now? Because he'd been out.
But he's injured.
He's injured. Yeah,
that's the reason why.
He was out too. That's why we had to go out and get Butler.
Yeah.
And then because Richard was down. Once Richard went down, then it made it real crucial that we had to go get somebody else because we couldn't just run 3 in training camps. So they went out and got Butler immediately. So. Yeah, I was really Warren's because you like to pick up a running back who's kind of your project for the season that you want to bring along. You can have them behind everybody and give them some reps and see how they do once they get out there in some game action. And I was hoping he was going to be that guy, but it's got to get healthy first.
It's still possible, but like I said, I hope that he wants to. I hope he gets well. And like I said, the backs that I want to see. This is just Captain Jack speaking. The backs I want to see, obviously, Lynch and Martin going to be 1 and 2, okay? 3, I want to see D-Wash over Jalen Richard. All things being equal, I want D-Wash in there. And I want Warren to be my number 4, okay? And that's depending upon if Warren could get back and be a decent spot. If Butler shows himself, we need a young back.
Yeah, you never know, man.
He might make it.
Some of these guys, these undrafted running backs, I mean... You get in there and give a guy the ball.
Yeah.
Things can happen, man. Things can happen. There's been plenty of running backs that have come out of nowhere.
And do remember this year, guys, there are no cut downs. You play with the same team preseason
I love
game
that,
1
too.
to
I
preseason
that's the
game
rule
4,
change I really like.
and then everybody gets on the market, everybody's cut. You will see a shit ton of movement amongst all of the players that just because they're on the team after game 4, that doesn't mean their job is safe, because there are going to be people that are cut that are better than what teams have on their roster. There's going to be a whole slew of new faces come after. We're playing Seattle again the 4th game, I think. We almost always do.
The bitch pigeons.
Right. So after the game 4 up in Seattle, okay, you'll see a brand new nucleus of Raiders. Figure there might be as many of, I want to say 3 or 4 people that haven't been in camp that will be picked up, because they're better than what we have on our roster right now.
Oh, I love it. I mean, it really wasn't fair the way they had it set up before. I mean, you work your whole life to get a shot to try and make an NFL team, and you get the chance to play on one goddamn preseason game, and you get fucking cut. I mean, the chances that you even got in the game, half these guys got cut, and they never even got a chance to really get on the field. Now you've got 4 whole games to try and get all of your guys on the field, so you get a full assessment of all of the guys, and then make an honest pick of who the best is going into the season. Because it wasn't fair to the teams, and it wasn't fair to the players before, because you couldn't get an honest assessment of some of these guys.
Right.
The first cuts were after game 1. I mean, some of these guys didn't even get a chance to get on the field, and they're gone. And some guys, you don't see their full potential. Some guys are just gamers until they get out there under the lights, and it's game time. You just got to see full speed.
I'm going to say a dirty word here, okay? I'm going to say a swear word that is one of the worst swear words I can ever say. Terrell Davis. That's the swear word. Terrell Davis made himself a name in Broncos camp. He was an afterthought. He was a nobody, but he showed himself, and he made the team, and he made the Hall of Fame because of him showing up in training camp. Through all of that, that's going to be somebody that you don't see that makes the team. It is a 1:45, which means I got to get out of here if I want to be over at the Captain's studio. It's always a pleasure to see everybody.
Make sure you tune in at the hour in 15 minutes.
Right.
Switch on over to the Captain Jack Rackham page, and he is going to be Ask the Captain tonight.
Captain Jack. Man.
Call in, get all your questions that we couldn't get to in the comments. Guys, I always try to go back and read all the comments. We appreciate all your comments. We see them. We can't always respond to them, because otherwise we'd just be sitting here answering questions the whole damn time. What kind of show is that? So
right.
we try to put on a show, and we try to take your comments and filter them in with what we're saying. And
that's why we have the pregame and the postgame on Thursdays. Pregame Ask Captain Jack, postgame Ask Captain Jack. 45 minutes from a little bit after 11 p.m. Eastern time to 11:45. Hey, I'm on the East Coast, and I have a friggin' job, so I got to get to bed, okay?
Get out of here.
I'm out of here. I'll see you, brother.
All right.
Take care. Thanks for having me.
Don't leave, because I ain't going nowhere.
Okay, well, I'm going to go.
He's out of here. He'll be back next Thursday for another Raider Nation Ricochet. And,
Yarg! I'll be back in about 15 minutes.
And you check him out over on his page in about 15. Now, a couple things I did want to touch on to wrap it up. Aitman, I see a lot of questions and a lot of comments in the about Marcus Aitman. He has been showing out in camp and looks to be a very, very bright spot in our wide receiving corps. He is a big, lean, stretch the field type wide receiver. He can definitely get up over the top, fade routes in the end zone, go into the corner. This guy can be big for us. Him, Martavius Bryant, you got Switzer, Amari Cooper, Jordy Nelson. For the fact that our wide receiver corps this week came out ranked the 26th in the league, I just think is absolutely freaking absurd. I think it's absurd, and these preseason rankings, they're to drive clicks, and they're to drive traffic to websites, and you got to take all that shit with a grain of salt. But you know, it is what it is. That's what you get this time of the season. And now, there still hasn't been a lot of news and update on the Garyon Connolly situation. Here, you know, he's got a vitamin D deficiency that his coach didn't know about. He's, you know, basically he's just not in camp again, which is, you know, frustrating for us all. Frustrating for us all. But I'm interested. You've heard a lot about Worley here as of late in the last day or two, that he's been stepping up as somebody that could be a possible fill-in as the number one over there in place of Garyon Connolly if he wasn't to go. You also had Nick Nelson, who's interesting as a rookie, and you know Dexter McDonald, who fits in that mix somewhere as well. But I think we're all in the cumulative hopes that Garyon Connolly can get whatever the hell's right that's just keeping him. Yeah, he was moving around, but you know I seen him do that shit last year, Chuck. You know, I seen him do light drills and riding the bike and you know all kinds of shit, but he never actually got on the field. You know, I don't. Is it a big dog and pony show? You know, just to. I just don't know what's going on. I think they're being cautious with him again, but that's. I said this. I said all the same stuff last year, so it's just frustrating because I, as much as anybody, had come out and really thought he was going to have a breakout year. But remains to be seen. He's got to get on the field. He's got to get healthy. I want to see him in preseason games, and I want to see, man, we got to see something out of him. We really got to see something out of him. 100%. Now, new and old, if you're just checking us out for your first time tonight, we appreciate it. If you stop by again and again, we appreciate it as well. As always, appreciate any second you spend with us here on Raider Reaction, our new and old, our band of pirates. I want to thank you all for joining us, as always. Just remember, tomorrow night, as every Friday, is Black Fridays. We got another classic game picked out for you. We've had great numbers the last 2 weeks. Obi has been fine, Dan. But you know, I haven't heard anything raves or anything positive, like reports about Obi or you know anything that's made him stand out. So, but the fact he's out there, it's positive as well. Shalom Luwani is another one. I'm curious to see how he fits in the mix still this year. Marcus Gilchrist has been playing well. Reggie Nelson has been playing well as also. Gunther's got a soft spot for Reggie Nelson because, you know, he's an old Bengal. They're both old Bengals. They played together for a long time. And I think he's basically keeping him around so that he can help bring the other guys up on his scheme, how he likes to run his defensive backs, how he likes the safeties to play. Reggie Nelson knows all that, but I honestly do not believe Reggie Nelson will make the roster and be on the team coming into the season. I do not believe it. I think what we seen last year, Reggie Nelson getting burnt all over the goddamn field. I don't want to see that again this year, and I think he's going to end up on the cutting room floor, and he's not going to make final 53-man roster. He will be cut. I think it's going to be Joseph. It's going to be Gilchrist. I think those are going to be your guys. I 100% think those two will most likely be your starters. Obi's going to fit into there, but I'm still curious to see how Obi's going to fit in the whole scheme. Being our number one and number twos, it's just, I really don't want to see both of these guys end up basically being busts. And looking back at the 2017 draft class as what the fuck did we do that year? I hope that these two we can really get some productivity out of both of them this season and see some progression in both of them, and they don't end up being our next big miss. Because we know we've had, number one misses before. And we don't need another one. But the fact he's not in camp again, it's a little concerning. It's a little concerning. I ain't gonna lie. It's a little concerning. Now looking at the defense as a whole, training camp and preseason is pretty much shaking up how I perceived it as they were working through free agency and bringing everybody in. As they lined up all the positions, every position you had trouble with, every position that was a concern, and they brought in a wide variety of players to basically try out for each said position. And that's what you basically got working through right now in defense. You're going to see a lot of guys get cut that you may have been surprised to see them get cut. So, it will be the day. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see how things work out. Absolutely is. Now, if you guys haven't went and subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, I would encourage you to do so. Hardcore Challenge Live Studio Webcasts is the name of our YouTube channel. All of our webcasts that take place inside of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios are all housed there in different playlists. We've got a couple shows in development that are going to stream live just directly to the YouTube page. They will be shared over here, but your live stream will be directly to our YouTube channel. So the only way you're going to be able to watch them live or participate with them live will be by subscribing and viewing through our YouTube channel. As well as we've got an in-season contest going for the YouTube channel subscribers as well, exclusively for those viewers subscribing to our YouTube channel. We're also on Twitter. Follow us at RAIDER on the Twitterverse. We're there too. Hit us up on the Twitter. We're getting a little more into the Twitter. It's hard to be on all these other goddamn platforms. I mean, there's so many of them. But we are pushing the YouTube page, trying to get the YouTube channel going. We've got some different flavors, some couple shows in production over there that we're going to get started off soon to be ready in conjunction with the new season. One with a different host besides myself, and the one with myself hosting in a little different capacity. So I think you'll enjoy those, and as well as all of our other hosts have their shows all archived in playlists. If they've ever been on Raider Reaction, they're archived there. Will be regular football live on YouTube. We will have games streamed on our rave pages. Here's what's going down for this season and for preseason. Raider Reaction will be bringing you and presenting the games. We will be bringing you all of the preseason games, and we'll most likely have streams for all of the regular season games up as well from many different. But we are straight up bringing you and presenting all 4 of the preseason games. Now, how you're going to get those is you're going to have to come to the Raider Reaction page 30 minutes prior to kickoff, which will have the link there, which will take you to the Rave page, which will be holding and streaming the game. The game will never be posted once it's over, and we will delete the page as soon as the stream is done. And we've already got several pages made up, backups to our backups, and we got it held down. We got it held down. As plus as there's other pages like RNFL, Raider Nation for Life group, that James Raider holds it down, throws up quality streams, and we're going to be working in conjunction with a lot of other folks to make sure that Raider Nation gets their damn games. Listen, last year, Raider Reaction got put on the map because of week 3 of the preseason, the Dallas-Oakland game. We put that son of a bitch, that game reached over 1 million people worldwide. Had an insane amount of views. It was carrying well over 5,000 over 6,500 live views for a good part of the game, live viewers for a good part of the game. It was reaching soldiers in Afghanistan, all of the reaches of the world, Raider fans in Australia, South America, Africa, Europe. Everybody was watching it. It was a great thing, and that put Raider Reaction on the map, and that realized how important it is for us to help paint the world silver and black and reach out to those that maybe you got to be at work that night. Maybe the man's got to make you do something, and you've got a family to feed, you got a power bills to pay, so you got to go to work, or maybe you're stuck in a car traveling, and all you got your phone, and whatever it may be, whether you're sitting in a tent in the middle of Afghanistan and there's 4 of you sitting around a phone watching the game, it's your only small little glimpse of home that you're gonna have. Whatever it may be, if we can get the game out to just one Raider fan who wouldn't have been able to watch it other than us getting it out there to you, then that's all we really give a shit about. That's really it. Because we're here, I mean, pretty much we're here for the nation, man. Ain't nobody paying us shit. Ain't nobody paying me. I mean, unless they're sending the checks to the wrong address, I gotta look into that shit. But, we will have your back. We've got a special pregame show in the works for all of the games once the regular season gets here, as well as our live halftime show and our live postgame show. So our in-season coverage is going to be off the hook, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy what we're bringing to you this season. We're back, about to wrap up tomorrow night after a long hiatus, back in a full, solid week of shows. So we had Big L in the house, had Cap'n in the house, and then we're going to finish it off tomorrow night with Black Friday. We're going to get our Raiderette show getting geared back up. We've got lots and lots of flavor and fire coming to you from Raider Reaction for the 2018 season. So, like the page, follow the page, go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hardcore Challenge Live Studio Webcasts. Go follow us on Twitter at Raider Reaction. Go check out the Reaction Shop. Get your Raider Reaction t-shirt. Let everybody know that you're a Raider fan deep behind the enemy lines. Trust me, anybody that's got a fan pack, they have not been disappointed. Everyone is different. Everyone is unique. Go get you one. Get you a deluxe. Get you a regular. Just get you the basic ones. Silver shirt, black shirt. Whatever. Hit it up. Tomorrow night, make sure you're here. Same Raider time. Same Raider channel. Black Friday. Featuring the Silver and Black Theater. We will dust off. I'm out. Thanks for joining us, new and old, our band of pirates. Peace, love, Raider Nation!